Good afternoon, Stanislaus family. So I hope you had a really great Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to all the vets out there for your service, and for those that gave all my heart to you and my heart to the families. Thank you so much. So what do we got going right there? Why is the hood up? Well, you know, remember a while back in one of my videos I said that we had a slight leak going on somewhere. I thought it was a power steering pump. Well, that turned out not to be the case. So let me flip the camera around and show you what we got going on. So as you can see, we got all the tools laid out. Already kind of got her tore apart a little bit. But we found out that the water pump right here is leaking somewhere from one of the gaskets. And so that we're not just chasing repairs, which we probably are chasing repairs, we went ahead and bought all new hoses, brand new hoses. Got upper intake hose there, new hose there. Let's go around to the back of the truck. As you can see in the box here, we've got all new water pump, lower intake hose, new serpentine belts, both the air conditioning belt and the primary. We have a whole new thermostat right here. So yeah, we are repairing the truck and getting her fixed, trying to figure out what's really leaking. And my idea is, whether the water pump is good or not, it's just best to go ahead and go in and replace all the stuff. That way you know that it's actually done right. Now I'm gonna flip this around real quick, and actually no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna find somewhere to set this camera up and get back to work with Jennifer. She's been slowly tearing it down. So yeah, Jennifer's up in here right now trying to get a clamp off. We went and got the tools that we need for the hoses up in here, along with, you know, other parts on this truck like the fuel line and stuff. We bought the whole kit for about 70 bucks, and we got that at O'Reilly's. This was a $70 purchase at O'Reilly's, and this gives you everything that you need for the hoses and lines on this truck. So trying to figure out how to get in there. Yeah, it's awkward.
And not break anything? And knock things through the hole?
Yeah.
There's one hose. And I think that one has a bolt to it.
Alright, you guys, so Jennifer actually is the one that got up in here and got this off. I'm going to give her the credit. Don't give me credit. It was all her. She got those two hoses off back there.
Got both new nipples.
We got new nipples on it. That way we're not going to be putting old parts on her. Let me get in, I'll show you where I'm at. Right here, those two nipples that you see right there. The brand new silver one's the one that she had to fight to get off. Me and her both pulled the water pump off. You can see we have it all tore down. And I just want to point something out here. When we got to tearing it down, we noticed the gaskets in here. They were all dry rotted. Come here.
One was missing halfway.
Uh-huh.
And the other one was dry rotted. When I pulled on it, it just fell off.
So, and that's where our leak has been coming from, is back here around the power steering pulley, which is right here.
And that was only half of one.
That gasket right there is what's causing all of our headache. So we're about to get this put all back together. Jennifer found the gasket. You can see that's dry rotted, and it was only half of it on there. And you know, if you don't have a full gasket, you're definitely going to leak. Didn't really want to go here, but I'm going to go here. You know, guys, I bought this truck a year ago. You've seen some of the video of us having to do a lot of repairs on this. the first video with the brakes, I outright called Baba Yaga's Automotive called him out for selling me a lemon. I'm going to show you this. A year ago, when I had to buy this, I had to go to them to put a new water pump on. The water pump was leaking. And we go down there and the guy tells me, oh, you need a new clutch fan. Which he puts a new clutch fan on. Okay, we watched him do that repair. Supposedly, Baba put a whole new water pump on. But the mechanic, as you just seen, put dry rotted gaskets back on. And I hate to tell you guys this. Can you flip that over, Jennifer? That looks fairly new right there. This part. But I don't see... This looks more old than anything. I mean, it looks new, but it also looks old.
Maybe from a junkyard. Oh, look at J2 22273 Avalanche. No, it's original. Only Avalanche. Only Chevy puts their name on their vehicle parts.
Well, I'm going to say that Bob had never changed the water pump. He had me go down there for a fruitless trip. And here it is a year later. I'm going back and redoing his repair work. What he was supposed to do. So, Baba's Motorsports, it's down in Phoenix. You guys, I'll post the link for the place on the description. But, look at this. You can see that's all down what goes into the water pump right there.
This is what a new water pump is supposed to look like.
You'll see the back there, it's all clean,
but for only being I'd say about 8 months old, this shouldn't be looking the way it is. This is like basically from a junkyard. And that's what I'm thinking he got it from, is a junkyard. Don't get me wrong, some parts from a junkyard is pretty awesome, but this parts you do not buy from a junkyard. And water pumps are one of them.
Yeah. So, we're going to start getting this put all back together, you guys. Alright, you guys, so we're about to put the thermostat on, and wanted to show you this real quick. So, when you go to get a new thermostat for these Avalanches or for this model Silverado, typically this comes as all one unit. Now, I put both the thermostat and this little nipple housing here together. It'll pop out if I hit it wrong. But over there on the old one, we'll walk over to it so I should point it out. On this, normally it comes out as one whole unit. And when you purchase it, you're supposed to buy it as one whole unit, but they make for 40 bucks at O'Reilly's this aftermarket one that's 2 units that you put together. The whole unit with the thermostat locked in and it's all one unit is $150 through O'Reilly's. So this is a cheaper alternative to actually replacing the thermostat and housing as one unit. And I don't know why General Motors did that. They built this whole thing as one entire unit instead of 2 separate units that you can just replace the thermostat. But I'm happy that the company made an aftermarket solution that comes in 2s. So we're getting ready to put this on, and we're right now trying to get this pulley off. If you notice the socket on it, we're thinking that bolt might be stripped in there. It's not wanting to come out. So we're going to wrench on it a little bit more and see if we can get that out of there. And I got some gasket sealer right there, or gasket maker. We're gonna put that on. So, yep, we're almost done with this job. Getting close to being done, I think. I apologize for the loud traffic and Walmart parking lot doing this job. I don't have anywhere else to really do it, and even this is not a great place. Suffice to say, it is what it is. Gotta go find me a knife. try to get a nice decent bead on here. Might help if I cut that open a little bit more.
Not let any metal show. Put it on the lowest setting and don't go so hard.
It is on the lowest setting. Alright, that part's done. So now we gotta fight the pulley and try to get that up. Alright, so we got the pulley off. Turned out that these were actually 15s and not 16s. We had the wrong size. So it's a little on the rounded side, but it came off.
No,
so,
it's a 16. He shoved a 15 on it.
Yeah, she's right. It might be a 16, but a 15 worked. So it came off. A little power tools. So now we're pretty much ready to install. One last order of business before we install the water pump is to go ahead and clean up the area to make sure that we have a nice tight seal on the water pump and the front of the engine where the timing chain cover is at. So me and Jennifer jumped in and took turns cleaning the front of the engine, making sure all the old gasket sealer and the gasket was not on there. You know, do the job right once, won't have to go back and do it again. Take note of the earlier in the video with the thermostat. If I had known you don't use gasket sealer, well, I wouldn't have had to go back and do the job 2 days later. But this will at least save us some future repair work to know that this was done right. Alright guys, we're about to tighten these down. We'll check these first. It's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Now we'll do this side. That's tight. That's tight.
It's tight.
And that one's tight. Alright. So there, we got the water pump in. She's down to proper torque at that.
And then we gotta let her dry, and then we can put the belt back on her.
And
So
the rest
10
of the
to 15
parts.
minutes.
Yep, we gotta let the gaskets dry for 10 to 15 minutes, then we can start putting everything else back on. But overall, we're pretty much ready to go.
I took her down and Patrick put it back together.
What I'm doing right now is putting the hose clamps in place so we can just start putting the hoses back on. And I'm just getting ready to work. Wrong one.
Sure.
No. I'm not ever sure about anything in auto mechanics.
They're a little hard to get on. If you can't get it on, I can get it on. Got a little close to the camera. His dad has a pair of blue ones that we love, and he hid those from us. That's good. So they're supposed to clip back and hold, but these are so old they're like already breaking. But they're still usable. If we got to, we'll go to hose clamps.
If I gotta go back any further, I will.
So.
Alright, family, we're pretty much all done here. You can see how we got the engine running. The lighting's not that great. It's dark out here. Dark 30. Turn some light on, that works. So, you can hear the engine running. We got it all buttoned up. She's holding fluid so far, what it looks like. These things are all filled. You can kind of see the line right here where the antifreeze is at. So we know she's holding. I don't see anywhere leaking back there at the moment like it was before. I don't think so. No. I think we're pretty much all good. Now, I apologize for not filming the process of putting it back together. But there came a point when it was, like I said, dark 30 here, and we said, we just got to get this done. We can't fiddle around with the cameras or filming at the moment. We just got to get this put back together and get her running. So, apologize for that time lapse. We're looking probably about an hour since I last videotaped, an hour and a half. And that's about how long it took to get it all back together. So, guys, as you know, if you like what you see here, you like the content of my videos, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. They're not just car repairs. This is only the beginning of a great adventure that we're going to be taking together. So, without further ado, we can put the wraps on this project and move on to the next thing. Alright guys, now that that project is over with, we are going to take her out on the dirt roads and see how well she runs and how she holds up. So stay tuned for the next series of episodes as we head out for the open trails.